in expectation of arriving in our true home.
Amidst the rush of modernity, Amish women stand as guardians of tradition and simplicity. Their unshakable adherence to age-old conventions molds a life ruled by a distinct set of norms, from renouncing technology to shunning flashy adornments, and even playing with faceless toys. Through their commitment to community and valued principles, they present a compelling contrast to the fast-paced world outside their enclave. Here are 20 rules that Amish women have to follow. Number 20. Never cutting hair. Adherence to a strict interpretation of the Bible is essential to Amish life, especially when it comes to hair. Because their hair is a sacred symbol of God's presence, Amish women refrain from cutting it, guided by deeply held religious beliefs. Their uncut hair is considered a spiritual symbol, imbued with meaning that goes beyond appearances, according to a belief that goes beyond simple aesthetics. Cutting one's hair is not only a matter of personal style for Amish women, but it also goes against their religious beliefs. The deliberate removal or tampering with a woman's hair is regarded by the community as a serious offense, comparable to a hate crime. The seriousness with which the Amish view this holy custom is highlighted by the possibility of legal consequences for those who commit such crimes in certain situations. The modesty and simplicity that characterize Amish women's way of life are embodied in their hair coverings. Amish women show a strong devotion to their faith and a readiness to follow the Bible's teachings through their practice of wearing their hair uncut and covered. These practices represent their spiritual beliefs and sense of cultural identity in a way that goes beyond simple exterior expression. Number 19. Can only wear blue wedding dress. In a world where the white bridal gown reigns supreme, the Amish community presents a distinct vision of matrimonial apparel, choosing a palette that represents tradition and practicality over fads and symbolism. Inside an Amish wedding ceremony, and you'll notice a divergence from the ivory-clad women seen in mainstream culture. Instead, the bride emerges in blue and indigo, a reference to time-honored traditions within their close-knit communities. But it's not only the color that distinguishes these wedding gowns, it's the craftsmanship and intention behind them. Amish women avoid crowded bridal salons in favor of handcrafting their own gowns, instilling each stitch with a feeling of personal connection and history. These dresses, simple in appearance but rich in importance, softly drop down to the calf, reflecting the principles that define Amish society. However, the usefulness of these garments goes far beyond the wedding day. Unlike their mainstream counterparts, Amish brides do not store their dresses in the back of a wardrobe. Instead, some dresses take on new life after the ceremony, acting as Sunday finest for church services or community functions, a tangible reminder of the vows exchanged and commitments made. Even after they pass away, an Amish woman's attachment to her wedding attire survives. Many people prefer to be laid to rest dressed in the same clothing that witnessed their nuptials, as a final monument to a life spent in line with tradition and religion. Number 18. Makeup and jewelry. Amish women adhere to a practice that distinguishes them from mainstream society. They avoid wearing jewelry, makeup, or fashionable clothing. While many modern women consider these goods vital, the Amish see them as needless frills that detract from their actual personality. Makeup, for them, is a worldly luxury that can breed pride and vanity, both of which are contradictory to their beliefs of humility and modesty. Amish women follow these values by keeping a basic and unadorned appearance and avoiding the trappings of vanity. However, as with every group, there are exceptions to the rule. Some Amish women surreptitiously wear light makeup, defying community standards. Furthermore, during the critical Rumspringa phase, a period of discovery for Amish adolescents, some young women are allowed to experiment with cosmetics while temporarily venturing outside of their community. However, overriding these deviations is a profoundly ingrained stress on humility, modesty, and adherence to their values. By foregoing cosmetics and other decorations, Amish women demonstrate their dedication to inner beauty, simplicity, and spiritual connection with God. Their lifestyle demonstrates their commitment to living in line with their beliefs, especially in a world that typically values external appearances. Number 17. Amish women can't take selfies. In the fast-paced world of social media, where the art of the selfie reigns supreme for Amish women, the idea of taking a selfie is as odd as the technologies that enable it. In a world where Instagram feeds are overflowing with meticulously managed photographs of daily life, the concept of posing for a self-portrait has remained unaffected by culture. It's more than simply a preference. It's a firmly held belief that is consistent with their religious beliefs. The Amish faith is founded on the principles of humility and avoidance of vanity. Posing for a photograph is viewed as a type of self-glorification, creating a graven image that raises the individual above their proper station. Such actions contradict their core principles, which prioritize simplicity and humility. While the temptation of recording a fleeting moment may appeal to many, the Amish believe that the inherent perils of vanity exceed any benefits. Thus, the selfie remains a phenomena confined to the outside world, a faraway curiosity with no clout within their close-knit societies. Number 16. Social interaction rules. Social relations in the Amish community are structured by a set of standards that value modesty, respect, and humility. Understanding and maintaining these criteria is crucial for building a calm and harmonious communal life. Within the Amish culture, communication is distinguished by decency, humility, and moderation. Amish women are obliged to avoid gossiping, bragging, or partaking in excessive behavior. Listening is highly praised, since it builds the important concepts of empathy and understanding in the community. Men's and women's interactions are conducted with the highest respect and politeness. Public expressions of affection, especially between married couples, are severely forbidden since they may be viewed as vanity. Instead, love and affection are communicated more discreetly and covertly, sticking to modesty and humility rules. During social events, Amish women play specific tasks, which typically revolve around providing food and hospitality. They are vital in the planning and organization of community events, preparing food, setting up sites, and ensuring the smooth functioning of the gatherings. They contribute to the community's sense of togetherness and shared responsibility through their active participation. Number 15. Children's upbringing. An Amish woman's responsibilities to her children extend well beyond physical care in Amish society. She carries the major duty for her children's moral, spiritual, and cultural upbringing. Amish children are fostered and directed by their mothers from an early age to demonstrate core values of humility, simplicity, obedience, and hard labor. Along with these values, students learn the importance of religion, the importance of community, and the necessity of leading a good life. Amish parents foster in their children a profound respect for the Amish way of life through this nurturing process, laying the framework for them to become responsible and contributing members of their close-knit community. Aside from establishing moral standards, Amish women realize the necessity of giving their children a minimum education. While this education may be limited by mainstream standards, it gives pupils vital practical skills and information for their future obligations in society. Amish schools emphasize essential competencies such as reading, writing, and mathematics, as well as teaching Amish history, beliefs, and customs. Amish women educate their children on their roles as productive and capable members of Amish society by giving them this vital education. An Amish woman contributes considerably to the continuation of the Amish way of life by executing these vital tasks for her children. Number 14. Cleaning. An Amish woman's responsibility in Amish society extends to keeping her home clean and tidy. Cleanliness is highly prized in Amish life, and it encompasses not only physical tidiness, but also spiritual cleanliness and discipline. An Amish home is regarded to be a mirror of the family's principles, and keeping it clean is viewed as a display of their devotion to living a modest and humble life. The act of keeping a clean house displays thankfulness for the gifts given to the family and helps to create a nice setting for raising children and inviting community members. Every domestic job, from sweeping the floors to washing the laundry, is done painstakingly and reverently. Traditional labor-intensive methods are usually preferred by Amish women over contemporary conveniences, such as vacuum cleaners and washing machines. They build in themselves and their family a feeling of discipline, efficiency, and pride in their employment by doing so. Taking responsibility for a neat house is more than just a basic job in the Amish way of life. It instills in the Amish the significance of hard labor and attention to their daily tasks. Amish women exhibit their devotion to the well-being of their families and communities by scrupulously keeping their houses. Number 13. Work while being pregnant. Regardless of whether they are pregnant or not, women in Amish culture are steadfast in their commitment to their everyday duties. These women have an unmatched work ethic. Even when they are pregnant, they diligently tend to their chores without asking for breaks or extra attention. They work from dawn to dusk. Despite their condition, they continue their usual duties with remarkable stoicism and dedication to their community. On the other hand, Amish society rarely discusses pregnancy in public. There's a culture of silence around the subject, and expectant mothers don't get much attention. Because of this, there is little prenatal and postnatal care, which raises the possibility that problems could arise. Whether they work on the farm or at home, Amish women frequently keep working until labor begins, which is frequently signaled by the breaking of water. The Amish follow their own customs, which differ from hospital deliveries and baby showers that are commonplace. Most births take place at home, usually in the family bed. Even so, seeking hospital care during emergencies can go against the community's customs. Amish women's stoic determination during childbirth is a reflection of deeply held beliefs in self-sufficiency, modesty, and humility. Their quiet resolve, which enables them to withstand physical discomfort with unwavering resolve, is evidence of their faith and inner strength. By their deeds, they not only preserve the customs of their neighborhood, but also exemplify the tenacity and resiliency that characterize Amish life. Number 12. Can't wear buttons. Among the Amish's unique customs and traditions, there is an unusual rule that divides men's and women's clothing: the use of buttons. While males can use buttons to fasten their outfits, ladies choose pins or snaps. This seemingly strange habit has its roots in the deeply ingrained virtues of simplicity and humility that pervade Amish culture. Buttons are not just practical fasteners in Amish culture. They can represent elegance and vanity. As a result, the use of buttons by women is frequently discouraged, if not openly forbidden, in many Amish communities. The enforcement of this rule varies per community, with some stricter than others. In communities where modern amenities are strongly opposed, women's usage of buttons may be frowned upon as a departure from the simple and modest lifestyle advocated by the Amish faith. Number 11. Education. Education is considered as a practical tool rather than a pursuit in and of itself in Amish communities. Amish women's education generally stops in 8th grade, corresponding with the view that knowledge should be used primarily for practical and religious purposes. Amish schools emphasize essential competencies such as reading, writing, and mathematics, as well as Amish history and beliefs. Both girls and boys receive the same education, although it is thought that girls' knowledge would be employed largely in the home realm. While higher education is not formally outlawed, it is typically discouraged since it is perceived to cultivate individuality and ambition, both of which are opposed to the Amish focus on humility and community. Rather than seeking higher schooling, young Amish women undergo apprenticeships within the family, obtaining vital skills from their moms and grandmothers. Cooking, cleaning, sewing, gardening, and child-rearing are all examples of household management abilities. Despite formal schooling constraints, Amish women are generally well-versed in the practical skills essential for managing a household and raising a family. They gain a solid awareness of their faith, culture, and community's history through the teachings of their elders and the experiences shared within the close-knit Amish society. Number 10. No technology. Technology is dealt with caution within the Amish community, owing to its potential to erode family and communal harmony, encourage individuality, and stray from spiritual ideals. Adhering to the no technology rule is an important component of Amish women's lives. While precise restrictions differ throughout Amish orders, the essential idea remains the same: avoid dependency on modern technologies. Many contemporary luxuries, such as public utility power, telephones in homes, vehicles, and computers, are not available in Amish villages. Instead, they rely on more conventional procedures and instruments, such as horse-drawn carts and oil lamps for lighting. This means conducting domestic activities without the use of modern equipment for Amish women. Cooking is done on wood-burning stoves. Stitching is done by hand or using foot-powered sewing machines, and laundry is typically done by hand. Amish ladies keep their principles of simplicity and humility by eschewing modern technologies. This deliberate rejection of modern luxuries develops self-sufficiency, collective engagement, and a slower pace of life. It develops a strong sense of presence and attention, highlighting the spiritual emphasis at the center of the Amish way of life. Number 9. Church attendance. Church attendance is a vital component of an Amish woman's life and another crucial regulation she must follow. Every other Sunday, Amish church services are held in the homes of community members, and attendance is not only encouraged, but also obligatory. These religious services serve various vital goals. First and foremost, they are places of worship where Amish women come to praise and connect with God. Second, these gatherings provide an opportunity for scripture education, allowing for spiritual growth and a broader comprehension of their religion. Finally, Church services serve as platforms for communal bonding, reinforcing the close-knit relationships that characterize Amish life. Missing church services is regarded as a severe divergence from the Amish lifestyle, with serious repercussions, including social shunning. These activities are especially essential for Amish women because they provide important possibilities for social connection and communal participation. They exchange news, partake in one another's joys and sorrows, and give support and aid to those in need at these sessions. Aside from regular church services, Amish women are required to partake in communal meals, singing, and other church-related activities. These events build their links to the community while also emphasizing their common commitment to the Amish way of life. Amish women express their love for God as well as their loyalty to the community as a whole by actively engaging in these social meetings. Number 8. Childbirth. In the world of Amish life, delivery bears significant significance for women, both physically and spiritually. Unlike the medicalized method typical in modern culture, most Amish women opt for home births, a tradition profoundly founded in the community's belief in the natural process of bringing new life into the world. Here, medical intervention is kept to a minimum and reserved solely for times of absolute need. Instead, the childbirth process is overseen by experienced midwives recruited from within the community, persons who possess a wealth of experience handed down through generations. These home births represent the Amish principles of simplicity, familial closeness, and trust in the underlying wisdom of God's natural processes. By giving birth within the familiar confines of their own homes, surrounded by loved ones and trusted midwives, Amish women create a supportive and soothing setting favorable to the birthing process. The presence of midwives who are not only skilled, but also culturally sensitive guarantees that the needs and wants of the mother are honored throughout the childbirth journey. This blend of competence and cultural knowledge provides an atmosphere of trust and reassurance throughout this crucial life event. Moreover, the tradition of home births underlines the endurance and inner fortitude of Amish women, displaying their unflinching confidence in the natural process of life and the significance of communal support in times of need. Through this age-old custom, Amish women show their belief in the integrity of the family unit and their dependence on faith to guide them through life's most meaningful times. Number 7. Customs. The traditions that surround Amish courtship are a unique representation of their fundamental values of community, humility, and devotion to their religion. Dating in the Amish community usually starts in the late teens and usually starts at community events called sings. Here, young men and women interact with each other under the watchful eye of elders, potentially leading to the beginning of a romantic relationship. Nonetheless, discretion and privacy are hallmarks of the courtship process itself. Once a couple expresses interest in one another, they begin the process of getting to know one another, which frequently involves late-night visits known as bed courtship or bundling. In Amish society, bed courting is a very chaste practice, despite its name. In these encounters, the couple converses while fully clothed and separated from each other by a bundling board or layers of blankets. This custom preserves the community's high standards for morality and modesty while permitting private conversation. An Amish woman is supposed to behave herself with modesty, respect, and caution during the courtship stage. By following these traditions, she not only shows her dedication to the Amish way of life, but also readies herself for the duties associated with marriage and raising a family in the community. Number 6. Engagement craft. Handmade engagement practices are highly ingrained in Amish culture, demonstrating the Amish's great value for workmanship and usefulness. An Amish man does not typically propose to a woman by giving her a diamond ring, as is customary in the West. Instead, he gifts her with a handcrafted object, generally a wooden clock, as a sign of his commitment and the time they will spend together. This gesture underlines the Amish community's preference for functionality above luxury, reflecting their simple way of life. The wooden clock works as a continual reminder of their forthcoming marriage and their love for one another. When the woman accepts the proposal, she wears a simple band on her left hand to represent her engagement. The couple then organizes their wedding while abiding by rigid Amish customs and principles. The woman's engagement ring is swapped for a plain wedding band at the wedding ceremony, upholding the Amish tradition of simplicity and pragmatism. This particular interaction ritual stresses the Amish virtue of unpretentiousness, breaking from the consumer-driven standards of mainstream culture. By adopting this practice, an Amish lady demonstrates her intention to establish a life of modesty with her potential spouse. This heartwarming act illustrates an Amish woman's faith and an enduring loyalty to the Amish way of life. It highlights the great value they take on meaningful crafting, reflecting their well-entrenched ideals of simplicity, humility, and community involvement. Subscribers pick asterisk. It's time now for our subscribers pick. One of the more unusual rules for Amish women revolves around a practice called bundling. Bundling is a traditional practice in some Amish communities where a courting couple spends time together in the same bed, fully clothed and separated by a wooden board or other barrier, with the intention of talking and getting to know each other. This practice is meant to allow the couple to build a bond and determine if they are compatible for marriage without engaging in premarital sex. While bundling may seem unconventional or even controversial to outsiders, it is deeply rooted in Amish traditions and beliefs surrounding courtship and marriage. The practice reflects the Amish emphasis on chastity, modesty, and the importance of getting to know a potential partner before marriage. However, it's worth noting that not all Amish communities practice bundling, and its prevalence can vary depending on factors such as geographical location and individual family customs. Nonetheless, to those unfamiliar with Amish culture, the concept of bundling may indeed seem strange or unexpected. What is your opinion on this practice? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Bonnets. Beyond its practical purpose as a head covering, the bonnet, an iconic symbol of Amish women, has profound symbolic importance. It stands for a woman's marital status, modesty, and unwavering devotion to the Amish community while upholding long-standing traditions. All Amish women are required to cover their heads as a demonstration of respect for God and submission to their husbands, according to 1 Corinthians 11. When it comes to church services, married women wear white bonnets, whereas single girls wear black ones. Amish clothing is functional, as evidenced by the darker fabric used for daily bonnets to prevent discoloration. The bonnets are intentionally designed to be simple and practical. They have no lace, frills, or other adornments that could feed into conceit. This simple strategy, which emphasizes humility and shuns materialistic excess, is in line with Amish values. Making bonnets together often turns into a social activity that strengthens Amish women's camaraderie and fosters friendships. A talent that is passed down from generation to generation, bonnet creation represents the stability and continuity of the Amish way of life. Putting on a bonnet has cultural significance as well. It is an outward manifestation of a lady accepting her place in Amish society. She declares her commitment to upholding Amish traditions and values while expressing her faith by donning the bonnet. This custom highlights the vital role Amish women play in preserving the heritage of their society and the necessity of modesty and humility in daily life. Number 4. Matrimony. In Amish culture, marriage is viewed as a holy covenant and a lifelong commitment to the community and God, rather than just a personal relationship. For Amish women, being married is a big life milestone that comes with a lot of duties. According to church doctrine, a woman must willingly submit to her husband's authority after marriage, reflecting the fundamentals of the traditional Christian family. But it's crucial to underline that Amish women are viewed as equal contributors to maintaining the spiritual health of the family, not as inferiors. In a marriage, the wife manages the home, raises the kids, and provides unwavering emotional support, while the husband makes life-changing decisions and provides for the family. Because Amish communities take their solemn vow of "till death do us part" so seriously, divorce is practically non-existent. In the Amish religion, breaching this law is regarded as one of the most serious sins since marriage is seen as an unbreakable bond before God. This guideline forms the cornerstone of the Amish family system and encourages honesty, stability, and respect for one another. By upholding the sanctity of marriage, the Amish community creates an environment where love, dedication, and shared beliefs are essential to the family. The deeply rooted belief in the lifetime nature of the marriage bond highlights the importance of understanding, compromise, and mutual support. In order to deepen their bonds with one another and sustain the sacred institution of marriage, Amish couples work to create a culture of trust, devotion, and selflessness. Number 3. Can't work outside home. Women's roles and obligations are inextricably linked with the sanctity of the home and family. The concept that a woman's primary duty is to her family, where she takes on the multifarious tasks of homemaker, carer, and nurturer, is central to Amish society. Within the home, Amish women work on a variety of projects, from weaving harvest baskets to creating historic bread boxes, with each item lovingly handcrafted to fulfill a useful purpose within the household. Whether it's weaving shelf storage baskets or making wicker dog beds, these items exemplify the inventiveness and hard work that define Amish domestic life. Beyond crafting, Amish women are tasked with the primary responsibilities of cooking, cleaning, and caring for their children, which are central to their daily routine. Many Amish women also actively participate in farm work, working alongside their husbands and families. While some Amish women work outside the home, such jobs are usually associated with domestic duties, such as working as midwives or teachers in the community. The Amish recognize women's contributions to the larger community, but they also believe that the house is the most important sphere of influence. Number 2. Amish women have to be submissive. Women in Amish society are expected to submit to their husbands, which is a deeply ingrained custom and faith. The concept of submission emerges early in courtship through rituals, such as the Amish bedroom ritual, which is venerated in some communities as an essential component of the wooing process. This early acknowledgement of submission establishes the tone for the dynamics of Amish marriages, which prioritize obedience to the husband's wishes and ideas. Submission is more than just deference in the Amish community. It is essential for sustaining order and stability. Disputes and conflict are reduced by following a hierarchical framework in which the spouse fulfills the role of family head, producing a peaceful and cohesive environment. Furthermore, subordination enables Amish women to fully commit themselves to their jobs as homemakers and mothers. Women can execute their household chores without being distracted by conflict or disagreement, when harmony is prioritized within the marriage relationship. Number 1. Can't wear fast fashion. The Amish, noted for their emphasis on simplicity and humility, incorporate these values into their clothing choices, particularly for women. Amish women's dress code shows a devotion to modesty and humility, with an emphasis on simplicity and practicality rather than ostentation. Ankle-length gowns in mellow, earthy tones serve as the foundation of Amish women's apparel, with no extravagant patterns or ornamentation. Crafted from simple materials, these gowns are designed with long sleeves, high necklines, and voluminous skirts to ensure maximum modesty in accordance with Amish principles. The waist apron is a distinguishing aspect of the ensemble, representing effort and readiness for labor, echoing the Amish commitment to hard work and self-sufficiency. Beyond apparel, this uniform style is a concrete statement of Amish ideals, establishing a sense of community and identity. By clothing identically, Amish women symbolize the ideas of humility and societal cooperation, rejecting individualism in favor of group togetherness. Amish women's wardrobe demonstrates their commitment to a life free of luxury and vanity, embracing the qualities of simplicity, modesty, and social peace that are central to Amish culture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.